also going to be going to nationals sounds like I'm going to nationals with the Enactus team in May, and there'll be a huge job fair there. And it's like a giant job fair, so I'll be able to, it sounds like they're sending me with them. It's almost like 100% on that.
Awesome.
And then I've been made friends in the temple with the guy who's head of career services. And so he's going to be helping me out a lot. I'm going over his house weekend to fix surfboards. So I'm going to be staying here for the summer outside of the 5-week break, and I'm going to be graduating in August.
Woohoo!
Between now and then.
Road trip.
God.
Boat.
When you
Yay!
graduate this August?
I graduate August 30th, so instead of leaving and going home to look for a job, I'm going to spend the 5 weeks I have for looking for a job, but then stay here on campus where I have the most amount of people to help me out.
So cool.
Very cool.
Wow,
I'm just getting my card for a job, and I'm going to look for a job in Vegas because I'm officially dating Karen.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
What?
Dating.
But you're looking for a job there?
Yeah,
But there's no ocean there.
I know it's rough, but I just figure like if we're getting married in the beginning of September, I'm probably going to need to have a job there.
Boom!
That's a good thing.
You didn't even tell me!
Something about China, right?
You didn't even talk to me about it!
I said that's not. It's not. You're crazy, Corey.
What
Because
does
she
she
would have
look
put Austin. What? What did she look like?
I'm afraid to ask.
What did she look like?
She's like fat. And
No. We need to know because your sister had a really vivid dream. We need to know.
Here's the. I don't know. I just took a night last night. When
Dallas! What the heck?
Wait.
No,
He's
time
telling
out.
us what she looks like so we can see if Corey's dream was true.
Here's a random screenshot that's sitting on my desk.
Okay.
My desktop. I don't know if you really can't tell off from this picture, and it's not really a good picture, but it was the first thing I saw. So
How, Dallas?
Oh, my baby brother's getting married.
When did you propose, dude?
well, we didn't really propose. I didn't really propose. Go out and talk to her dad and get in. And she's been shopping for today, but we're gonna have a ring. I'll do the whole actual proposal thing, and so we're not gonna make it like totally public. I mean, I'm still gonna tell people casually that I'm getting married, but until I have the ring on her finger, all the phones calls or the extended family kind of thing, or put on Facebook or anything like that. But last night I've only hung out with her like once in the last year and a half. And
Were you in the temple yesterday by chance?
Yeah. I work every Thursday, but I was in there and it was pretty good experience. But so she came out here 2 weeks ago, and honestly, 2 weeks before when I found out she was coming out and Austin was there, I already had this a strong feeling that I needed to figure it out with her, that something was going to happen, and I just kept feeling this pressure over and over again with her, and she came out and we had a really good time and everything, and I was extremely into her, but I mean, I found out afterwards she went home the next day after we hung out and told her friends that she's going to marry me.
Yay!
And she knew at that point, and I called her. I just had this it wasn't even I didn't even have the ability to think about it. I just sitting there and I just picked up the phone, and it was just you only can compare it to the feeling of when I needed to get up in sacrament kind of feeling. And I called her and we just started talking, and we've been talking 3, 4, 5 hours a night, and it just felt like time suspended where we're talking to nothing else matters. And I feel like these 5-hour conversations are a month long with how much we talk about, but yet I'm enjoying every minute of it, but it just feels so long. And we just have both been having extremely strong feelings about it, and neither of us, had said to each other that we love each other or anything like that, but you could both see it when we talked to each other and we planned things out, and everything was just absolutely perfect. Well, there was a lot of things that I've been complaining about women. It's ways I said I just don't feel now and then, and I felt every single one of them when I talked to her, and there's a perfect balance of spirituality and sexuality and intellectual, being intellectual, and our goals in life and everything just lined up to be exactly perfect. And a lot of the things that we would say to each other were things that I had said verbatim to other people about things that I just want to hear from a girl. And it was the exact same for her. Words that I said to her that she had written down in her journal that she wanted someone to say to her, and it would be like in the same night. So one of the things I remember was when I was talking to her about, so nobody compares to my sister. I was telling her all the great qualities I have in my sister, and how she has all of them.
Thanks, Steve.
And so, with that being said, I told her some things about the comment out of my sister about how Corey had given up her job and her career and her ambition to have a kid, and how that was extremely important to me, that how smart she was to get what she loved, what she wanted to do to raise her family in the gospel. And I said that after she had told me how she's willing to give up her career of being a lawyer one day when she wants to have children, just she knows that she needs to be a stay-at-home mom, and how she's going to take that calling extremely seriously. Even though it's, not necessarily, and anyways, I had told her how much that impressed me, how that looking for a girl, how I just told my sister that night before, and she had just had this same conversation multiple times over the last couple of weeks, and even had wrote it down in her journal about how that's the quality that she's looking for a husband who would understand that she has her own passion, thing like that. Well, it was almost verbatim the words that I said to what things that she had been saying and written down, and she had said things to me just prior to that she didn't know, that were verbatim for things that I've been saying that I wanted a girl in the same ways as support. When we talked, everything has just felt extremely spiritual, where it's not just this excitement, it's not just this sexual attraction, but it's a constant feeling of I want to be better and I feel closer to God as we talk to each other. And that's something that I've never felt from the girl. Also, having butterflies is something that I thought was just something that was made up in Hollywood. Just to meet expectations. And she had told me that she had had the exact same conversation, even wrote it down in her journal, about how she wondered if that was real, and if she just had too high of expectations with the guys that she's been dating. We both felt them for each other absolutely immediately, and everything we had been talking about was just dead on. Anyway, guys, so 2 nights ago, I had prayed about her, and I felt an immediate and tangible feeling of joy and excitement and all the other fruits of the Spirit. And I wanted to know if I was crazy, because I don't get feelings very often. Been very few times in my life that I've gotten honest, tangible feelings about thing. I've said that I think it's a blessing that I've only gotten tangible feelings a few times from praying, very, very distinct feelings, because that shows that God only answers me on the most important times. So the next night I prayed again, and the exact same second I received 100% the exact same feeling for the same duration of time. And then the next night, I at that time knew I was going to marry her. And I went to the temple on Thursday, working my shift, and the entire time in the temple I could have very strong impressions. And I knew the entire time with confidence, 100% that I married her. But I knew Wednesday night that I was going to marry her. And I asked someone about it, and they said, he said, well, brother, he's like, if you feel, I had said the night before, I had been talking to my friend about it. I said, I just feel I feel the Spirit when I prayed about it, but I also felt these extreme feelings of joy and excitement. And when I called my friend, he said, brother, if you feel He's like, all you need to feel, brother, is joy and excitement. Like, that's all you need to know. And I was like, it's like those exact feelings that I felt and that I described the night before, and that's why I called you. I knew that you would give me what I wanted to hear, and those exact words that I said. And so the next night we were talking, and we both knew, like, we were just looking at each other, we both knew, and we were talking about how it's going to be so hard to be away for this. It's going to be hard enough for me to be away from her now, but let alone going for 4 more months at the end of the summer, after summer to fall. And she's like, I don't know how we're going to do it. I'm going to be working for my law firm full time, and I just, it's going to be really, really hard. She's like, I just wonder if, she's like, I just wish you could graduate in the summer. And I was like, I can graduate in the summer. I'd only been pushing it off because I was worried about not being able to get a job, but honestly, I've been thinking about it, and it makes sense for me to stay here and graduate because all of my connections are here. I was like, so hold on, let me see. And I got online and I figured out that it looks like I should be able to I can graduate this summer easily. And then, anyway, so I told her, well, looks like I could. She's like, okay, well, why don't you go to bed and think about it? So, I got off the phone and she texted me and said, honestly, I really want you to think about this. I want you to pray about it. She's like, I just want you to pray about it. And I said, well, I already feel good about it as we've been talking, but I'll pray about it. I'd like you to pray about it also. And so there's a few more minutes, and then I sent that a few minutes later. Well, 1 minute later, when I got the text her back, I got the phone. 10 minutes later, she sent that. I want you to pray about it. I sent her back. I want you to pray about it also. I'm going to pray about it right now. And I got down on my knees and I prayed, and the feelings that I'd felt the previous 2 nights, I basically said what I said in my prayer essentially was, I've already received the answer from you. This is the girl that you approved of me marrying this girl. I've made a decision. I want to marry her. Here's what I want to do for school, and here's where I want to move to Arizona and be with her. And before I had finished saying the words, I felt the feelings I felt before, coupled with the strongest feelings that I've ever had in my entire life, and I was hit with a very large amount of revelation. And I stood up and I picked up the phone to call her immediately. And I just I pushed send and I pushed end immediately. And I just no, I don't want to be crazy, I don't want to be rash. And I just had this flood of doctrine come into my head with things that I know about receiving revelation. And I compared it with everything that I was feeling at that time and the way that I was acting, and I immediately pushed send right again. And she picked up the phone and she said, what is it, babe? I said, I need to call you. She said, why? I said, I am madly in love with you. And I've prayed about it and I know we're supposed to be together. And she said, I've prayed about it too. I circled it when I knew 3 days ago. She's like, let me read 10 minutes ago before I called. And she said, I love you too. I know we're supposed to be together also. I told her how I felt and how I knew it was going to work. She said, let me read you what I wrote in my journal 10 minutes ago. She said, me and Dallas are getting married. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to know it soon.
I like this girl.
We're getting married. We're getting married at the end of summer, and he's moving to Arizona with me. To Nevada with me. And she said, after that, I was praying at the same time as you were, and she described the exact same feelings that I felt. And we've been connected like that in every step of the way, as far as praying about it and feelings of the Spirit. We've had the exact same feelings of the Spirit, and every time it hasn't just been I feel good about it, she feels good about it, another way it works. It's been down to where we're receiving the exact same revelation. And her and I are in no way the kind of people that would ever be like, let's get married let's hang out one time and talk on Skype for 2 weeks and then be engaged.
That's why no one believed me.
I know, she kept telling us. I said, are you crazy? He would have told Austin first.
Well, I didn't know who to tell first. I told my roommate, I was like, my whole family would be mad whoever I tell first.
This is a good way to do it, sweetheart.
Said, my dad deserves it. That's who I should tell first, is my priesthood holder. And I said, but I don't know, it's too late to tell him right now. And then I texted everybody, and Dad happened to be going skiing and called me back.
I didn't see
after.
it.
And so I was glad because I didn't have to call Dad first and make everybody mad. But he called me and I was able to appease it.
You tell. Did you?
He
tell
told you this morning. I'll have you know, I was awake this morning with the baby, getting ready to call you, and Dad said, no, we're good. We'll Skype later today.
That's why he just walked out the smug
So
little
we've
face
been
all day.
sitting here all day dying to know what it is.
Well,
Taking
Austin
bets.
was there, and I didn't want to tell you, Dad and Mom together, and not tell Austin.
Aw. Well, congratulations,
Yay!
We need to
It's
see a picture
kind
of
of crazy, huh? But you know what?
Your
The
sister
fact that-
knew.
Can I see a picture of her?
Yeah, I thought I sent one.
No,
Oh,
nothing-
Hold
nothing
on.
popped
He
up.
probably did.
Oh, you know what? I guess it didn't work. Let's try that again. I wish I had more. I wish I had any pictures over here, but
Hold
I'll try
on.
to send a
Hold
picture
on.
again. Yeah, but Robert.
Hi, Dustin.
It's downloading right now.
Dallas.
All I know is that the fact that it's so unlike us that we were both the kind of people that have dated a lot and never felt anybody. And she said that a million times. She's like, I've dated. She goes on dates like multiple times a week for years. She's asked out all the time, and she was asked out like 4 times at the gym this week. and she, anyways, sorry, this is kind of a random picture. But that's just what was sitting on my desktop, so you can see.
Corey! She went outside, she's sobbing. She had a really strong dream. And she told us she had long dark hair. That's her.
I had a dream that you were at the temple, and after you left the temple, you were holding hands with her, and I saw you kiss her, and you guys were like glowing. And then I woke up this morning to get the baby at 5:30, and I saw your text. And that's why I asked Dad, but this son of a bitch lied about it. Give me that.
Since I